Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is a quick little let's chit chat about this and that, mainly about Nene and the antic that she's been putting on for the past couple of days. Okay, I wanted to make sure to get this video in with a couple of videos with it, so that's why it took me time to get it together. Okay, it is almost Halloween. It is Saturday, so I'm still kind of dressed up. Okay, because that's what we do. But y'all know, first things first. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird. Subscribe to this channel, to my Jaylee's Corner Talk channel. The link to that is in the description below. Y'all already know to do a few things to like the video, comment, and share, and relaxing, and centering yourself, and inhaling, and all these things that y'all know that I like to encourage y'all to do all the time, okay? Do not forget to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner everywhere, okay? And y'all know to like and subscribe. I'm a cat today, okay? I'm a cat today. It's a whole cat theme, shady cat, all that stuff, because again, it's almost Halloween. And I'm like, just kind of chill out or whatever, okay? I'm going to be popping in and out on the camera because a lot is going on, okay? But let's ask the question, okay? Is Nene contributing to her own backlash by her own actions? Okay, so Nene done. She had did an interview, right, on Big Tigger show, or I think it was on 103 down in Atlanta, but she was also live streaming it to her IG page and whatnot. Okay, so this is what Nene said. I can't play the whole Nene clip because there is music that starts towards the end, but we will discuss that.
During Greg's passing, every housewife in the entire franchise, reached out to me. Kim Zolciak definitely have texted me since Greg has passed, and she has stayed in touch since then. So I would say that we are okay.
Oh, so Nene want to make sure that we know that she's okay with Kim Zolciak. Okay, oh, that's who you okay with? The white woman? Okay, if you say so, but continue.
Who? No. A lot of people expect that. No. She didn't even come to the repast. She did come like a week later after everything was done. She came by my lounge. It's really hard to explain Housewives. It's almost like a dysfunctional family.
Okay, so yeah, as y'all heard, a little bit of music started as they were talking. Now, again, they were asking her, what about her and Cynthia? Did Cynthia come to the repast? Did Cynthia come to anything having to do with Greg's memorial? Now, while we knew that Cynthia did not make it to the repast that was made very, very public, there were a lot of people there. Cynthia did not make it, but Cynthia, who, heard what was said, responded. Now, there was also a part where, as she was talking, Nene went on to say how, she had gotten flowers from the ladies, from the Housewife franchises, and how she got a group of women chipped in and got her flowers that cost like $200. She's like, I don't know why they chipped in to get me some flowers. Why wouldn't y'all each spend your own $200, okay, to send me some roses or some flowers and whatnot? Okay, so when she was saying that about how she wished or she thought that people should have spent their own money, got her flowers separately, and no one should have went in as a group to get her $200 worth of flowers, that kind of rubbed some folks the wrong way, mainly Claudia Jordan. Now, y'all know Claudia Jordan is on Fox Soul. She has the TGIF with Al and with Funky. She also has, I think it's called Cocktails with Queens with Vivica, Selena Johnson, and Lisa Nicole Ray. Lisa Nicole Ray. Not Lisa Nicole. What's her name? Lisa, is it this that Lisa? Lisa Ray McCoy. Girl, Lord Jesus. So they had that show. So, Claudia's job, a part of her job, is to comment on social media things and celebrity gossip or whatever. So that's what she does. But again, she was also on a season of The Housewives. Her and Nene clashed a lot. Okay, and this is what Claudia had to say about Nene commenting on who came to the repast, who sent flowers, or how much they cost.
It's no secret that her and we're not cool, we're not friends, we're nothing, we're nothing. But out of respect for Greg, I did send condolences, and I never made it public. I didn't put it out there or post something or tell the world and whatever. But I did feel triggered when she posted, when I heard about the story. I'm like, hold up, no one owes you anything. We didn't have to spend $1. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with your husband and paying respect to the man that we all got to know and love, who was so supportive and kind. Even when you were beefing with his wife, he was still a class act.
And that is very true. I think a lot of women have said that even though Nene had issues or was having issues at one point or the other during the different seasons, that Greg makes sure to never kind of get in the middle of that. He always defended his wife. He would never go against his wife, at least publicly at all, but he would also be respectful to the other wives and never kind of get involved. Okay, but again, let's continue.
And Nene, I can't tell you how to grieve because, again, I've never lost a husband. I've never lost a mate. I'm not married. I just have a boyfriend. But like, it's just such a tacky thing to did you Google how much the flowers cost? Like, don't the things that you said about other people, you're lucky that anyone even showed up for you.
Now that is true. Nene has a history with different people from the show, and she's not as cool with or friendly with other people from the show. So I do think it's true that, you may not, some people don't even want to come and say anything to somebody when they lose someone. Okay, so it is true how no one owed Nene anything, but everyone loved Greg, and that is why they all rallied around and supported her in her time of grief. Okay, but let's keep going.
And the fact that people rallied around you, I thought was a beautiful moment. So let's not ruin it. Let's just build on that moment and move forward. If I don't like someone and they lose someone, usually I'm just not going to say anything. So, if they put it on, that's fine. I mean, I really just feel bad for her. And I just feel like Nene is making these missteps that are just further sabotaging her brand and her likability. And I think, let me tell you this, as much as we beefed whatever on the show, we had some cool moments off. And I think she's hilarious. I think Nene is one of the most entertaining reality stars that has ever been on television. And that's facts. And the fact that she's on television says a lot.
Now that's a word, okay? Because as we've all said, Nene is the queen of housewives. We can all give her that kudos right there. She definitely built that show and that network. She helped build that show, that network. And it is said that she's not on anyone's television. And you do have to wonder, is it because of these missteps she makes sometimes when she comments on certain things? But again, let's continue.
Because I think she deserves to be on television. But I think it's stuff like this that rubs people the wrong way that may be hurting her. And I hope she can get through this and read properly and get back to where she's supposed to be. But this is not it, sis. Like, calling people out about how they chose to support, let's just build on you in the death of your husband. It's not cool. It's hard to be sympathetic.
And that is true. Because you want to support Nene and you want to give Nene time to grieve. You want to give Nene time to heal from this major loss in her life. But it's hard sometimes to do that when you feel like, okay, when she's operating from a place of, I'm okay, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to say that, be it shady or funny or whatnot. You can't sometimes say things about other people and then expect them to just stay quiet simply because you may be going through some things. Okay, so that's the hard part. Now, she spoke about Cynthia again in Nene's original thing about how Cynthia did not show up for Greg repass and how Cynthia showed up later on at the lounge like a week later. So Cynthia heard that, okay, and Cynthia also had a response as well.
I was honestly surprised. I know that Nene is still mourning the loss of her husband. Yes. And you can't tell people how to mourn. However, I do think that, speaking for myself, I came with the best of intentions. I was not able to make it to Greg's celebration, but it was my mission in life to make sure I connected with Nene once I went back to Atlanta. And I did. And the reason I think I was so surprised is because when we did connect, for me, it was even better than even if I had gone to the celebration, because I got to spend some real time with her. And that's why I was there. I'm very clear that we're not friends any longer. But in the spirit of the beloved Greg Leeds, I wanted to go and sit with my old friend. And that's what I did.
And that is something that I think people forget. Nene and Cynthia had not been friends for a couple years at the time of Greg's passing. They had been friends again when he found out he had cancer. They were also friends years before that, but they had a big falling out. It was, as we saw, that it went on the show. And I do feel like when they both understand that we're not friends anymore, and again, Cynthia isn't really in Atlanta that often anymore either. I think Cynthia spends a lot of her time in LA with Mike because Mike lives in LA. So, Cynthia put up how, she wasn't in Atlanta when the repass happened. But once they got back in town, that she went to go see Nene. And I do feel like it's a thing to say that, Cynthia and Nene are not friends. And so the question is, does Cynthia owe Nene anything as far as getting there sooner? And I don't think she does. I think the thing is, Cynthia also brought up in another interview that she did how she did reach out via text to Nene and gave her condolences. And I do think when you're not friends with somebody, that is a good step. Okay, to make sure that you send them, some kind of I'm sorry that you're going through this. It was a great, great loss. And as she said, I wasn't in town. But once I got back to Atlanta, my first thing to do was to get in her presence. And I did that. And I also liked how she brought up in a different interview how they were able to sit there a one-on-one, have a conversation, laugh, joke, talk, do some hookah, do some dancing. I do think that sometimes is better when you haven't talked to someone in a while. You want to get that one-on-one conversation before being around everybody else, making it be a show, sort of kind of, because there's so many other people there trying to show how they were supportive. So, that was that. Now, Nene, of course, heard Claudia's remarks, and I'm believing that she probably also heard Cynthia's remarks. And Nene went on a live, okay, on IG Live, and let's listen to and have a conversation about what she had to say about all of this going on.
Hi guys, it's Nene. No makeup. But listen, I just had to jump on here.
I mean, but that's a filter. I'm just saying.
To just say a couple of things really, really fast to you guys. First, I love you guys. And thank you so much for loving me, okay?
We love Nene. We do, okay? But sometimes we have to also have a conversation with her as well.
The next thing is, there are some people in the world who live in negativity consistently throughout their entire life. And then there's sometimes in life where you have people who are stalkers, who actually stalk your life. I want to say everyone that reached out to me.
Just to let y'all know, she's calling Claudia a stalker, okay? She is 100% calling Claudia Jordan a stalker, okay? Because they don't like each other that much, okay? They're not that cool. And I do think her saying stalker because Claudia had the most to say publicly. But again, Claudia said her comments on her show that is about having conversations about, celebrity situations, celebrity gossip, and all that things. So again, she's calling Claudia Jordan a stalker. Okay, let's get back to Nene.
During the time that Greg was sick and during the time he was crossing over, I am so grateful. I am so grateful for everyone and everything. I'm so grateful. Listen, I'm very much a person that if you ask me something, I'm going to tell you. Yes, I am learning that every question does not need to be answered.
I feel like she should know that already because she is a legend and a veteran in this game. Nene is very much so well versed. I mean, she has to have media training. And I think that's the main thing of Nene. Everything does not require a response. I'm still wondering why she's doing so many interviews and what she's promoting. We know Lanithia Lounge is popping there in Atlanta, okay? I see her go live on there a lot. And it seems to always be busy. I can't wait to go see it. But I do feel like not only does things sometimes not require a response, I feel like your people, whoever your team is, should say, hey, let's not sit up here and have 1,000 questions about Greg and the repass. Okay. ask her other things. I'm wondering, like, Nene, why are they asking you about your husband's funeral? Why they? It's like, are you on a Greg funeral tour? It's weird to me that anyone would ask her questions about her dead husband. I'm confused. It's like, is that what the interview was about? So while she's 100% true in saying she's learning, she already knew that all questions does not require an answer. I'm like, why would your team not say, hey, let's not keep asking her about the death of Greg. That should not be a whole conversation. And even for them to bring up who was or what's there, y'all saw the footage of who wasn't there. Why ask her why someone wasn't? Let her grieve and heal. Okay, but again, let's get back to her giving her speech.
I got that. But I want to say thank you to Tigger and V103 for having me on the show yesterday as a guest co-host. We had a super positive show.
That's great. I'm happy. It was super positive and great. Fire whoever asked Nene anything about Greg and the repass and the service and the flowers and Cynthia or Claudia. Okay, keep going.
Obviously, any show that I do, they're going to ask me about the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
They should stop doing that. You've been gone for a couple of seasons now. I want Nene to be able to not always be taken back to the Housewives of Atlanta. I want to see what's next for Nene. Like, let's not continue to put her in that vein because it makes her end up speaking about the ladies, which then causes news, and she then has to say shady shit and then backtrack later about what she did or did not mean. But again, let her proceed.
Okay? They did. I spoke positive of everyone. Everyone. I have nothing negative to say. I don't. My time on the show was what it was. I have nothing to say about any person, nothing. I'm done talking about all of that.
I'm happy to hear that because I feel like whatever Nene has coming next will be amazing.
Okay, so they asked me if the Real Housewives sent condolences or gifts or anything.
Which was a dumb question because of course they would. It's Nene. Not even that. It's not about Nene. It's about Greg, who everybody loves. Okay, girl, keep going.
Everywhere I go, people ask me this stuff, okay? I get asked this stuff every single day. I said a million times. Every single person that I can think of, maybe one or two didn't, the entire franchise reached out. The black girls and the white girls, okay? Bravo reached out. That included Andy, all the executives. Everyone reached out. The camera people on the ground, the production crew, everyone reached out.
Because everyone loved Greg and everyone knew how much Nene loved Greg and everyone was suffering a loss with Nene, even though Nene's loss was the worst. Everyone wanted to support Nene.
I was asked about gifts that were given. No, before I was asked about that, I was asked about if Cynthia attended Greg's repast. No, she didn't. I answered the question very honestly. I'm a very honest person. She did not attend. Did it bother me that she didn't attend? No. Seemed like it bothered other people because other people were always coming to me asking me about it.
Because other people are messy. And I want Nene to understand when other people are being messy, trying to drag her to be messy too.
It didn't bother me. She showed up a week or so later at the lounge. Great. We had an amazing time. I think she said somewhere we had a great time. It was awkward for about 10 minutes and we had a great time. We had an amazing time. We laughed, we partied, we had a ball. It didn't really bother me. Okay? It just didn't. Greg's sickness was what it was. He understood what he was going through. He knew he was going to die. We had these conversations a trillion times.
I do think that's why Nene may be further along in her grief because they were having the conversations longer. So she may have been able to accept he wouldn't be here much longer. So I do think that can be the reason why to us it seemed weird that she was so okay. But I think Greg may have been preparing her to be okay.
Okay? I was asked about the gifts that the girls gave. I was asked what gifts the Real Housewives gave, or if they gave a gift or something I can't remember the exact question it was.
Now, in the video that Nene posted on her IG Live, it did not seem that anyone asked her that. It seemed like as she was talking about who didn't come and whatnot, she mentioned that, people send flowers. And then she went into, well, they bought flowers and all chipped in. But again, I don't know how much of it was cut and pasted so that we maybe did not see the full conversation.
And I'm kind of fly at the mouth sometimes. So I said some little something on the side, but
some shady shit, this is like, see, this is a shady face right here. This is like, I know I said some shady shit, some little slick, because again, we are flippant at the mouth, and she admits she's flippant, okay? But I mean, sometimes we don't want you to be flippant, because we don't want you to come back last, okay? But again, we love Nene. Carry on.
What the truth is, since we're speaking on the truth, I did receive flowers from the Real Housewives cast, and it lists their names: Kenya, Candy, Cynthia, Marlo. I think that's what it said. And I later said, I had a conversation with Marlo about it when she came to me, and I said, I did get the flowers. I'm just, everybody had to chip in to get me a set of flowers. We're just kind of talking about it. It's just the truth. And I at that moment when she and I were having the conversation, I did feel a way.
So that's something else. She first said she didn't care about the group flowers, but now she's saying I really did. And it's still a thing of what they send flowers. If somebody commented on social media saying if everybody sent you separate flowers, where would you put it? You know what I'm saying? So again, I want Nene to just admit, well, I did want everyone to send me separate things. It's like you can't say in one breath, well, I didn't care. But then, so I did at first, but I don't know more. Your feelings are your feelings, Nene. We love you. We love you, okay?
Because Todd's mother passed some years ago. Greg and I catered all of this food to his mom in New York. And Marlo's brother passed, and I sent, things to cater for Marlo.
So it seems as if Nene is remembering what she's done for other people, and she did expect the same in return. But everybody don't do things how we do things. So that's also something to remember. You can't be upset that someone did not do for you what you did for them. Because I do wonder when Todd's mom passed away, how close or cool she was with Candy. And I feel like with Cynthia, y'all not friends no more, mama. So if the flowers came from, Candy and Cynthia and Kenya and Marlo, well, we know you're not cool with Marlo and Cynthia. So what did you expect them to do, besides send flowers of condolences to you? So I do sometimes find it weird when people like to bring up what they did for somebody else years ago when they may have been in a better place versus what they did for you currently when things just may not be that way. So again, Nene has the right to feel how she feels.
And but later, Candy sent me a huge bouquet of flowers.
That's because Marlo told her she was upset. Marlo told Candy, girl, she is mad at you for not sending her own flowers. You better send her some shit right now. Okay. Marlo told Candy what you said.
We text each other. I told her how much I thanked her. Marlo sent me money after that.
Because of what you said.
To buy things with for the repass. I'm grateful for everything. Like, we had the conversation. They bought a bouquet of flowers. It didn't matter. My house was like a garden. Okay. I got flowers from everybody from around the world.
Amen.
Okay. Flowers came in from everywhere, and I am grateful. Okay.
And I really think she is.
Okay. I just don't feel like I have to get on here and break it down and explain, because I'm doing it. We had such a positive, fun show, and I never spoke negative of anyone. And my stalker is consistently
Claudia Jordan
speaking of me. But I'm telling you, I'm not the one. You need to stop your stuff, because I I am not the one. I'm over here trying to live in a positive light. Please, I'm asking you to leave me alone. I want to say thank you to all of you who have consistently supported me. I do not care if you sent a gift. I don't care if you made a comment. I don't care what it was. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for each and every last one of you. Thank you so much.
So she went on like that for a couple more seconds and everything to just thank people who were there. Or I think Nene, when Greg passed away, I think everyone who watches, Bravo, felt that loss. I do feel like Nene got support from everyone again, even from people who she may not have been on best terms with. Her and Kenya were not on the best of terms. Kenya did show up to the repass and support, because that's what she wanted to do. Now Nene later on, in that same live went on and she was emotional. Okay, here it is.
Please leave me alone. I'm asking that. All of you guys, please leave me alone. I wish my husband had not died. I would not be dealing with any of this. Please leave me the fuck alone.
And she has every reason to ask people to leave her alone, okay? Because it's a catch-22. Yes, if Greg was still here, she would not be grieving. She would not be without him. It may be a whole different scenario, but I do feel like I just want Nene to go sit down somewhere and heal. I feel like Nene does not need to do any interviews, and if she do, there needs to be specific, situations where they say, do not ask her about the housewives. Do not ask her about Greg. At least don't ask her about Greg. Leave that to the side. Okay. That's the part where I feel like she's defending herself. Like, people were asking me about the repass of my husband, and I answered those questions, and now look at what's happening. It's like, yes, so let's make sure going forward you don't answer those questions, Nene, and that way no one, your stalker, as you say, could have any kind of comments towards you. But I do think, as a fan of the show, we all want Nene to be in a better headspace once she's able to get there. A part of that will be her having to cut herself off from the bullshit and not allow other folks to drag her into it, okay? But in my eyes, I do feel like Nene crying on camera and asking people to leave her alone is her playing victim to a situation that she unintentionally started. And that's the gotchas. Like, people are responding to what you said. They are responding to comments you made about things they did. Now, Claudia also brought up in a separate post how she also did reach out to Nene, and I think maybe send flowers. I do think maybe she felt like Nene was coming at her because of their, combative past. But everyone wishes her well because everyone knows how hard it is losing someone. Even if you haven't lost a person, you still understand that it's an unbearable feeling. So we all wish Nene the best, but I do want her to just sit down somewhere and do whatever else that's outside of Housewives and Greg. May he rest in peace. Anyway, y'all, that's all I have today for this. I hope y'all enjoy. Do not forget to comment below what your thoughts are, to follow me on social media, okay, at JayLeesCorner, to like the video, and to subscribe and whatnot. Okay, so until later, I will talk to y'all. Gotta go. Peace.